This is Ryan with Best Choice Roofing. I'm here at the Willis's house. Not related to me, but Susan Willis, trying to help clarify some damages. They filed a claim. They noticed some water leakage. There had been 2 or 3 hailstorms, as well as multiple windstorms that passed through this area. When the independent adjuster came out, he verified some hail damage and some wind damage on the shingles, as well as verifying that some of the water damage was in fact from possible roofing issues from the storms. Some of the damage not from the storms, however, some of them was from a broken seal in a door frame. But with that being said, he wanted to check out the roof. According to the independent adjuster, he found a decent amount of hail damage, a good amount of wind damage, not a lot of missing shingles, but a lot of creased shingles. USAA then sent out an approved estimate, because I am working for Mrs. Willis on this. They sent one out to me stating it was approved. I have the letter and everything stating it was an approved estimate for repairs. This involved some interior and the exterior. Then later on, they sent out a denial letter after further review. I do not think this is even legally possible, knowing that it was, in fact, first approved. It was stated it was approved both over the phone. We could ask for the recorded lines on this. I don't want to go there. I just want to verify that there was damages. But the desk adjuster stated that there was no hail or wind damage. There had not been any hail in the area in the past 2 years. That's false. There's been plenty of hail. This is Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia. There's hail about once every year here. It's not going to always show up on your hail trace apps, but you can ask every single person who lives here if they remember hail in the past 2 years. Almost all of them will recall quarter size or above hail at least like once or twice a year. So what I'm here to do is to verify that there were damages, both wind and hail. I'm going to start off with the exterior. I'm going to work my way on the main dwelling. Just showing you first what I see from the ground. I did not mark number of shingles damaged nor number of hail hits. I will be here for 4 hours on this video if I do that. So I'm just giving a sure overview of everything. Not every slope was I able to find significant damage on. Most slopes I do. So first and foremost, on the exterior, I want to start off with some of the downspouts, especially in the front. There is some damages on the rear as well, but I want to mention the front especially, and this will be consistent in our findings, because there's the west. It's about to be sundown. Most hailstorms, in the area come from the west. I found almost no hits on the downspouts on the backside. I found multiple hits on both the gutters and the downspouts on the front side. Where I want to start off is the downspouts. Starting off over here. There was a hit on the front. You can see it right here. You can see there's any scratching or anything involved. One thing I do want to note as well, you can see where some areas have been cleaned off. This is called spatter areas. Gosh, sorry, just looked into the sun. Areas like right here. More areas. Just areas where oxidation has been cleaned off. You find this a lot with hail. You also see some oxidation on these metal parts as well. These are high gauge, but you see different marks going up where it's cleaned off. I go to the next downspout. Next downspout. Some of this is mechanical, some of it is hail. Of course, mechanical. You see how smooth that is. That is perfectly round. Don't even want to look in there. That's just hidden behind everything. A hit right there. And this little piece broken off right there. I know we don't usually want to see anything down, but That's perfectly round. Then you go up, a very small hit right there, and then a couple more up there. On the other side as well, the same one, a couple more round ones. I will be going down there very soon as well to show the condition of the small boathouse, or gazebo, whatever you want to call it. Hey, look, with consistency, I don't see anything. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. I'm going to have to send this via YouTube to both Fusion and Honor Claims, as well as to the desk adjuster. Hopefully he will review, Mr. Adjuster, I hope you review this and change your mind on the findings. Like I said, the independent adjuster had already been out here. If you can, we would love a copy of his report. We're going to get documentation requesting that. And then we are going to be bringing up multiple sites where it showed that there were hailstorms in this area multiple times in the past few years. Next on the list, gutters. I'm going to shorten this up, so I'm going to show the front side again. One thing I want to show, one I didn't mark because it wasn't even close, but you can see a hit right there. There's a hit right there. The hit right there and right there. You can see multiple hits down this gutter. I'm actually going to, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring my ladder over this way live and mark this one. Actually, two dings I see over this way. And I'm going to mark these live in here. All right. Well, I'll reach one of them. You can see it literally without me. Literally doesn't go in at all. All right, as I go up, I'm even going to show you the lightning rod system as well, showing there were hits that even damaged the lightning rod system. Well, at least one that I found. I'm going to go into it too much. Oh man, all right. See that right there? It didn't fill in. Still not filling in. This one hit right there. So when I come up here, one thing I want to let you notice is I did mark a couple differences showing that I in fact do know what certain damages look like. I'm not the average roofer that shows a little pin needle and thinks it's size hole and thinks it's hail, nor am I one that sees a 3-inch gash and thinks it's hail. Like this, cut from there down, mechanical. However, like this is in the nail zone. I know that's not hail. But then you get to something like this, where it's nice and squishy. You can see it from the side, nice and squishy. Been hit. That was just one I found on that one end. The way these shingles were made, these are fake laminated shingles. They're no longer in production. The way they were designed, there's two styles. One is the true laminated type, where there's a lamination on the front, and the other, they basically created one big shingle with the faux look on it. This one is the previous, where literally the lamination can come off. Yeah, if I wanted to pull the lamination up right here, it would come off, whereas the others would not come off if I pulled. But I want to show some damages up here. Whew, let me catch my breath. Like I said, it's a big roof and a big property, which, by the way, speaking of, hail hit. Nice and granule loss, as well as round on the nail zone. and actually one below it as well, right here. Hail hit, nice and round, not in the nail zone. All right, I do want to show some hail hits because this was the side with the least amount of moss. You can see all the moss right there. It will be really hard to find any hail hits, but something like that, nice and round. And then what y'all were calling wear and tear is not wear and tear. There is creasing. You can see a clear crease line across the top, even to these black granule areas. These black granule areas were made with a different material, similar to nowadays CertainTeed X20 blacks, the ones with the crystallized material. They made it out of the same material. It's loose. You can literally hear it creaking up, and not only that, when I pull it up, you can see it creasing from right there. There are plenty here I could probably do that with. This one especially, it's been creased so many times, the fiberglass is now shown on the top. This is probably going to blow away in the next windstorm. There will be no blistering just at the top. This has been broken from where it's been pulled up multiple times. This has probably been unsealed at one point when it did that. Over here, same thing. You can see where it is creased at the top. Literally, just this whole area. You can see where it is literally creasing at that point, and that's where it starts. And you can just wipe it away. Same here. In fact, this one, the lamination is broken on it. You can see a clear crease line right here. I'm not trying to jack it up, creating more damage. I'm not trying to do that. Same, this one, again, delaminated, but you can even see behind it where it has creased. Here, it's only creasing on this side. It starts failing right there, but it's right there. You can see how it's creased. Same thing on this one. Clear crease line. It's been blowing up multiple times. Yes, this roof is toasty. Another thing, some more spatter. So as we look here, you can see where there's clear spatter. Spatter indicates previous hail. Spatter usually disappears after 2 years. That is why this is actually important for this case, especially with me believing that the storm that caused this was April 6, 2023 most likely. That was a catastrophe one that went through Smith Mountain Lake, the northern part of Smith Mountain Lake. North shore of Smith Mountain Lake, not the northern part, but also southern part, into Franklin County, into Rocky Mountain. Verified on hail trace and all sorts. Again, this one is, again, unsealed, but it literally lifts so easy just because the crease is so prominent now. This one is going to blow away next windstorm. Coming down, let's see some more hail. Very clear hail hit right there. You can even see from the side how it's indented. You can see how it caves. Blister will not cause that. We are now at 15 minutes. Just going to show a few more. Go down to the other area where we are going to struggle finding some hits, but I did find a couple. Again, good amount of moss. Makes it hard to verify what's hail and what's not. But like I said, I'm painting a picture here because there's a lot of collateral. There's enough spatter. Like I said, spatter right there. You can see it. You can even see a hit right there. There's a hit on there. This one is going to be a little harder to see, but it's still there. This, if you feel it, it's fractured. You can see fractured matting inside, loose granules. As we go over here, copper flashing, dings on the copper flashing. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on this side just because even if there is hail, which I do believe there is, it's going to be hard to justify whatever I say when there's so much lichen growth and moss growth. Back to this side. In fact, I'm going to do one thing I probably shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it anyways, because I forgot to mention it while I was down there. Gosh. I'm going to have to step. All right. Missing shingles on this front end. Oh, you can see a hail hit right there. Give me 1 second as I transition back to this side. All right, back on this side. Holy crap, I'm out of breath. This is what means being fat. All right, not too much damage on this lower part. We would assume to find a little more damage on the upper part. Still though, can you see it? Grease line going all the way up. This definitely was at one point unsealed. You can see the crease line right there. You can see where it's actually a little bit torn on the end. Easy to wipe away crease. Again, you can see where it's starting to tear on this end right here. Starting to crease. All right, some of the more obvious stuff now that I don't have to argue about. Some missing shingles and some more collateral. So, as we go down, some hits on the skylight flashing. Missing shingle right there, you can tell. Missing shingles on the edge here. It's more obvious again. It's going to be hard because how much growth. Some of it's spatter. So you do have a little bit of spatter up here. Some of it is just lichen. It's worn off. Let's go to more flashing that's been damaged. We rub chalk sideways to show where it's not filling in. Oh, man. Do one live right here. You see it's not filling in. Still not filling in. Oh. All right, so that is my full video inspection. Let me show you some more spatter while I'm at it. You see those little circular areas. You see, oh gosh, you can see it better from an angle where it's washed off some of the dirt, the oxidation. Again, same thing over here. In fact, I think I found a hit, possibly on this one. maybe a little too sharp. Yep, that's a little too sharp. It's probably something else. But this one you can see a little clearer, the spatter on there. So, with this being said, I am now going to try to attempt to go down there before the sun goes down. The damages I do see up here, I do find them to be irreparable as well. I do recommend a full roof replacement due to the damages. The leak, I do feel like part of the leak is sustained because of some of the damages sustained. Hail damage usually, as some people don't realize, hail damage doesn't usually accumulate into leaks 1 to 3 years after the event. So, again, this is for Susan Willis at Silver Tea Drive, I do believe, in Pinhook, Virginia. Please review this and let me know if there's anything further I can do to help. This homeowner has been paying their premium for a long time now. I do believe that this does warrant a full roof replacement as well due to the damages. This is Ryan Willis. This is the end of my video inspection. I will be forwarding it to honor infusion claims as well as the desk adjuster and my superiors as well, so that everyone can be wide open with everything. This is Ryan Willis and I'm out.